guys, it's Monday, August 23rd, and I know that some of you are working from home, and I'm very sorry we do miss you at school, but I didn't want you to get behind, so I'm just going to go over quickly about what we're doing today so you don't get behind. So you'll notice here, I've laid out what we are supposed to be doing in class today, so try and follow along if you are working from home. In the bell ringer pack, you are going to be completing page 10. You'll notice that it talks about how we use dialogue. You're going to end up copying the notes onto page 10 in the student pack, and then at either the bottom of page 10 in the bell ringer pack or the student pack. The very last section, you're actually going to be making some corrections to some dialogue samples. So make sure you do that in one place or the other, but either way it needs to be on page 10 of the bell ringer pack or the student pack. Leading us back to page 9 in the student pack. Make sure that you do actually get started on that today. Last week I had posted on Friday what we did all last week, so if there's any questions about what was supposed to happen last week, you should have finished the bell ringer through page 9, and actually page 9 is blank, so you don't have to do anything on that page. And in the student pack, we wanted to get through pages 1 through 8 last week, maybe starting on page 9, so definitely be working on page 9 today if you didn't get to it last week. And then you guys are actually going to be beginning your essay today. You'll notice that I posted kind of a template for what I want you to do. You guys are going to make sure that you come up with your title, and it's already kind of in the way that I want it to be. It needs to be double spaced, Times New Roman, size 12 font, double spaced again. So it's going to be in MLA format the entire way throughout. If you are copying and pasting from the student pack, anything that you had written in there and that you do want to include in your essay, make sure that you change the formatting because it will not transfer exactly the same. You might have to play with it a little bit. So that is for today. And then I also wanted to just say that I know that probably starting the essay will feel a little bit overwhelming, not quite sure where to start. So I've made this for you that I'm going to just talk about really quickly. So there's going to be 5 paragraphs. I'm sure you'll notice that sooner than later. So for the narrative lead of your choice, that's going to be paragraph 1, and that's actually what we talked about last Thursday. So narrative lead of your choice, it's either going to be starting, at the big moment in your story, so starting at the climax or the most exciting part, and then that would be like kind of fast forwarding, and then you kind of flash back to the beginning, and then you read the rest the way through chronologically. You could start with a little bit of interesting dialogue. If you have questions, you can go back to that narrative lead page in your bell ringer pack and take a look and decide which one fits best with your story or the one that you like the most that you want to start with. So narrative lead of your choice is going to be how it starts, and you might actually start with the very beginning of your story. How did it even begin? If that is the case, that's the introduction to your story, and that's fine. But that will change how we're going to start paragraph 2. So paragraph 2, you're either going to introduce the conflict if you didn't do that here, or you're going to start putting in your rising action, so leading up to the big moment. Depending on, again, what you do here will depict the either or for all of these other choices. So paragraph 3, you're either going to write about your rising action or the climax, again, depending on what you do here. And then for paragraph 4, it's either going to be the climax or the resolution. Again, very dependent on what you do here. If you do an introduction, a true introduction, the beginning of your story, in the first paragraph, it will always be the second choice. So introduction to conflict would be the very start. That would be your narrative lead, the choice that you make. The rising action, the climax, the resolution, and then ending here, the so what moment. And remember, so what moment just means the lesson learned or the reason it all, is important to you. The takeaway from it, if you will. So if you start in the middle of the action here, you're going to have to flash back to the start of your story in your second paragraph. So it would go introduction to conflict, rising action, climax, resolution, and the so what in the last paragraph. If you have questions about the rubric was actually attached last week, so it's under the narrative writing topic in Google Classroom under the coursework or the classwork tab. You should be able to find it. It's very clearly spelled out, rubric, narrative writing essay rubric. So please refer back to that. It will show you how to earn the grade that you want. So if you want 100 points, it's gonna tell you exactly how you get that 100 points. Maybe it's not quite as important to you, but you still wanna be a RC, you'll be able to see how to get that as well. If you have any questions, please send me an email, or you can send me a private message through the assignment on Google Classroom. I hope you have a really great day, and we do miss you.